Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 119. Do we deserve a clap?
We do deserve a clap.
Do we?
Because we came back. You know, sometimes you fall off the horse, you just get straight back up again. And that's what we're doing. This is us getting back on the horse.
I know. Some of our listeners have been like, you guys say you're consistent and then you disappear. I'm sorry. I don't even have an excuse. I'm actually just sorry. We've just been outside.
We've been consistently inconsistent.
Yeah. But what have you been up to?
I had my birthday. So I'm literally 35 now.
Woo.
Like, I had to write it on a form the other day. Like, they asked me and it was a jump scare. Like, writing it and looking at it and being like, oh my gosh, like, I actually am 35. Jump scare. But I feel
Crazy.
good. This is like probably maybe the best I felt in my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I love that for you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted as well. I was like, by the time I turn 35, I want to feel good in myself. I want to feel very settled. And I'm just very happy.
I love that for you.
So I'll see you in 6 months, innit? Not even 6. It's not even 6 now.
Oh, you are trying it. Don't mix me in that business of, oh, you see me in 6 months. I am turning 21, first of all.
Oh my gosh.
Secondly,
you have to embrace where we are in our lives.
What did you do for your birthday, Lola?
I had a party because it was a milestone birthday. Even though
it wasn't a milestone.
Even though some people...
That's going to be the poll on this episode. Is 35 a milestone?
I think it is a milestone.
Okay.
So I had a party. I had a really big party. And then after my party, the weekend before my birthday, I went to Milan. And then I had my birthday party on the Saturday. And then the Sunday I recovered. And then on the Monday, my cousin came over from Texas. And we just did like a little bit of a Euro trip. So we went to Rome. We saw the Pope at the Vatican. It was just, okay, so basically on the day we went, there was like, it's basically a Jubilee year, which means that if you're Catholic, like there's like a holy door at the Vatican. And at the Vatican, you can basically like walk through this holy door and all your sins are forgiven. And the specific time that we went in, it was like dedicated to the youth. And they had like a special day where like digital missionaries and Catholic influencers were at the Vatican. So basically like people that make content, like Catholic influencers literally, or digital missionaries, because obviously missionaries used to go from place to place, but they call them digital missionaries because they just spread the word online. Oh. Anyway, and he came out to address them like a surprise, and we just happened to be around at the time, but we weren't like, it was cordoned off, so we weren't like, he was way over there, but we saw him. And then from Rome, we spent a couple of days in Rome, then went to Paris. And we had a great time in Paris. I went to Disneyland and last year
cute.
Last year when my cousin was here, we also went to Paris, but we only had a day. So we decided to go back and spend a few more days. And then it was good. And then I've just been outside. I can't even lie to you. Like, I have never been this outside in my life, but it all ends tonight.
That's what you say. I was texting Lola and she was like, oh, I'm at this place.
You don't even want to say it.
I don't even want to say. I'm censoring the place. I don't even want to expose her. I'm being nice.
Please. I don't want people to know what I do. Very problematic establishment. No regrets. But even inside, they're so raz. Anyway, they're so raz.
That's so funny. Like, I was like, this girl is outside. Like,
I was. But yeah, I've just been doing that, and now I'm back settled at work, and I've actually started making more content on my own TikTok now, which I said I was going to do, and then I stopped doing, but now I'm back to doing. So, yeah. Woo! What have you been doing?
What have I been doing? I mean, I've been doing my life, like, you know, being a mom and working. I went to Essence Festival in New Orleans.
Did.
Yeah. New Orleans as a city is just fantastic. Like, it's probably one of the best places I've been in America. Like,
I've been really wanting to go for such a long time.
Yeah. The food, like, the food is amazing in New Orleans. Like,
New Orleans.
New Orleans. And everyone's so nice. Like, all the women and the men, they're like, hey, baby. Hey, sweetheart, when they talk to you. Like, it's so cute.
There's a page that I follow, and it is like Louisiana and New Orleans people. I don't even know what page it is, but they basically say that all the people in those places are a bit spicy. So it's like even like all the white people can dance and stuff.
Oh my gosh, like how many times, I know my husband will roll his eyes if he watches this, but how many times I was in that Uber saying, if I had to start my life again, it would be a white Southern man.
Why?
They're just so like, just amazing. Like
the Southern gentlemen.
Yeah, like it's so nice. Like it's literally like a spicy white. Like they're lovely.
So is this what you said to your husband?
Yeah, okay. yeah. Like if I had to start again, like it would be them. But yeah, I went to Essence Festival. Essence Festival was not great. Let me not lie to you guys. It was okay.
It looked good.
It was good, but I think my expectations were higher about Essence Fest than what we got. Like Boyz II Men came on at like 3 a.m. Why am I at a concert?
I saw that and I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are we doing at 3 a.m. in a concert?
Yeah. Like my friend Alex fell asleep on my shoulder. Oh no, they're live. They're not like the UK. Like they're up and out. Like they don't sleep. Yeah, they don't sleep. So it's easy to get around. Like, and then I ended up on Davido's story.
Do you know what? I saw a post from you like, if you see me on Davido's story, please just mind your business. Anyway.
I mean, I'm happy for him and Chioma.
What did you think of his suit?
The whole wedding was chaotic. I'm so sorry. If he was going to do that, you should have just stopped at the trads. Let's be honest. Like, why am I still seeing people queuing for Abula at your white wedding? Like, you didn't do table service. All that nice decor just went to waste. Davido did a concert. Like, it had his energy written all over it.
Yeah, it was like Chioma. She obviously looked beautiful.
She looked amazing, yeah.
But she is giving passenger princess.
Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, it was so ridiculous. Like,
Velisa texted me and she was just like, "Are you watching?" I don't even know what he said to me, but he's like, "Are you looking at Davido's wedding?" And
I couldn't believe it. It was so chaotic.
Because Davido is actually like, Davido acts like new money.
Yeah,
like,
he does.
He's actually so.
But he's not even new money, which is why I don't get it.
He acts like that. He's actually so raz. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like David seems like the kind to just start throwing money out in inappropriate time. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, but yes, I did that. I went to Wireless Festival, got to live my dream, seeing Vibes Cartel, who brought out Sneak Vo, which was like the highlight of my whole day.
Yeah, I didn't go. I kind of wish I went.
It was. I had fun. I had fun at Wireless. It was good. I went to YouTube party.
You did?
I did. I went to YouTube Legacy on the day I landed back from New Orleans. I went straight to. My husband was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "See you later."
I was just like, I know you were tired.
I was tired.
You didn't look tired.
I didn't look tired, but it was good. Like it was good. I saw Composers live, which was good. I've seen them before, but it was.
I went to their residency.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
It was so good.
They're good.
It was so good.
Yeah,
like, it was. Yeah, it was. That was a good.
It was good. And then at the YouTube party, sorry, I'm almost done. Mm-hmm. I was, I don't know if you know this about me, Lola, but my friends know that when I see celebs, I act like I know them, like how I say hi to them. So there was this guy standing there. So I was like, "Hi, you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm good, girl." Like blah blah, yeah.
Who was the guy?
And then my friend Maury, because she was the events planner for Legacy, which is why I was there. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, is that your friend?" Because obviously we've been friends for over 16 years. So she's like, "I know everyone in your life." He's like, "It was Bryson Tiller."
Oh my God. To be fair, my truth is that I wouldn't know Bryson Tiller if he walked past me.
He's one of those guys. Yeah, you have to but I looked at him, maybe because I had just seen him as well.
So what was the purpose of
And Mario.
I
saw Mario as well.
As in, let me love you, Mario.
Yeah, and he was just in New Orleans, so I saw him there as well.
Basically, you two are like this.
Yeah, I was like, he followed me. Oh my God. And Lauryn Hill as well.
Oh, I thought you meant he followed you like online.
Oh, no. In real life. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Like I had fun. I spoke to a lot of the podcasters as well. Like I saw the In My Opinion boys, 90s babies and stuff. So it was cute to cute. Chop it up.
Are we going to this YouTube? Anyway, that's a separate conversation.
No.
Okay. Wow. Okay. What's been happening in HR land?
I think we need to start with the one that we probably got the most DMs about. Like we get DMs about, we should talk about this or that. But when this happened, we got quite a few DMs saying,
"Yeah, we have to talk about.
We need to talk about it.
The Coldplay thing.
Yeah, we're behind, but we're still going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, that was I actually love the internet. There's times when I actually love the internet. I remember how much I love the internet, and that was one of the times because what actually happened was already shocking, and then how the internet responded was so funny. Do you want to explain what happened?
It was crazy.
It was so fun.
It was crazy. So we're calling him Coldplay CEO, but he's not Coldplay CEO. So basically, there was, I've forgotten their names actually. Do you remember their names?
Astronomer?
Not the company, the individuals.
Oh
no. Okay. So there was a man, there was a woman, and there were other people there that, you know, they all worked together and they went to a Coldplay concert. Any concert you go to, they always like pan the camera to different people in the audience. Yeah. So usually, you know, when people realize they're on camera, they're excited that, you know, they've gone onto the big screen. And so the camera pans to what we assume is a couple with a man, you know, with his arms around a woman, you know,
an established couple.
It looks like a couple. And then when they see that they're on the big screen, they duck. Yeah. They dramatically duck.
And start hiding their faces.
And so you know straight away that, okay, this isn't right, because why has this happened?
And the announcer is saying, I think the announcer
it wasn't an announcer, it was Chris Martin.
Oh, it was Chris.
It was Chris Martin. He said they're having an affair.
Yeah, he said either they're really camera shy or something, or they're having an affair.
Yeah. So obviously the internet did its thing, and people found out that he was the CEO of what's the company?
Astronomer, maybe.
Astronomer. Okay.
Check it.
And that was his chief people officer.
Crazy.
So that was our people. That was HR. You know, the people who are supposed to have integrity of the business, etc. It was found out that they were having an affair. His wife came onto Facebook and was like, you know, she changed her name, she changed her relationship status. People were like, you know, essentially harassing her with the footage from the concert.
The company is called Astronomer.
Astronomer. People went onto their LinkedIn to the point where the CEO deactivated his LinkedIn.
Yes, as he should have.
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like the jokes, even the way people were commenting on LinkedIn. I was thinking, but you know that we can also see where you work, that you want to make some of these inappropriate comments. So at that point, obviously being in HR, we were just interested to see how the company and everyone around them was going to deal with it. Yeah. So yeah, we can talk about it.
So he resigned.
He did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have been forced to resign, because who even knew what this company was before? But anyway,
yeah,
except their clients.
Before you continue, even on that fact alone, people were quite confused at how something so personal and outside of work could impact his position in the company. People were like, oh, but it's nothing to do with work. Why would they get him to resign?
Number one, you've brought the company into disrepute, because you're the CEO. You're showing yourself to be an untrustworthy person. Not only are you cheating, you're cheating with your junior. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're cheating with your direct report. Like that's crazy. And the company is now having like a lot of media like attention for all the wrong reasons. Like, and the company became a joke overnight.
Yeah,
like
literally
an actual joke. So, you know. And even the way your clients and everything look at you is going to be completely different. 100%. So that's why. And he had to resign. He had to. Yeah. And obviously, I'm sure he didn't resign and go live in poverty. I'm sure he got a nice package.
Of course.
And all of that kind of stuff. And they're probably looking after him, and he probably still has mad shares in the company. So I'm sure it's fine. And she didn't.
Yeah,
I think she's still there.
Yeah.
But what do you think about that? I have some thoughts.
I think that's a PR move. That, you know, she's the woman. Like, I think it was a company decision to keep her, because I think usually when this stuff happens, the woman is blamed. Like, now I'm going to show my age, but if you look at things like Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton, it was Monica Lewinsky that came under fire. It wasn't Bill Clinton and things like that. So I actually think it was very intentional of the company to decide to keep the chief people officer in her position.
Yeah.
For now, anyway.
Yeah. I think two things. I think that, number one, around, you know, blaming the woman. But I also think the difference between her, like, for instance, she was never going to resign. And the reason is, yeah, it's going to be hard for her to work there. She's probably a bit of a laughing stock. Probably a lot of the people that she cares about, the senior people, probably already knew there was something going on anyway. And then also, he can go and get another job. she's going to find it very difficult to get another job. He was the CEO of a very successful company, and he's basically been forced to resign for something that is nothing to do with his quote unquote competence to do his job. And if you think about, the probably men that will recruit him, are they going to look at that as something which is like the worst? It's probably like, oh, you got.
They understand.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I doubt they're going to be like, oh, you're a terrible CEO. I don't trust you in my business. They're going to be like, oh, what a screamer. Do you know what I mean? Whereas her, I think she will find it incredibly hard if she leaves that company to find another job.
Yeah.
Who wants to hire a chief people officer or HR, anybody who was caught very publicly having an affair with their boss? So even the fact that she's a woman, they're already going to judge her more. And then you didn't hold up any of the professional standards that you expect from other people. Like that's part of it. And then also they can't fire her, because if I'm the chief people officer and you try and fire me,
it's going to be a problem.
I will Me Too you to the pits of hell.
100%.
I will Me Too you. I was like, he's my manager. And this could be true for all I know, but he's my manager. I didn't necessarily feel like I could say no. After a while, he wore me down. I thought it would have a negative impact on my job if I didn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. I will Me Too you. I will sue you to infinity. And it's America, so they're already litigious. So they actually can't fire her, because in theory, she was the junior, and the person who she was having an affair with is literally in control of the whole company and definitely her career. So I don't know. Let me check if she's still there.
Yeah, and then my favourite part of it all is the fact that they got Gwyneth Paltrow,
yes,
who is Chris Martin from Coldplay's ex-wife, to basically come and do the damage control. Has she left?
Yeah.
Oh.
Female exec captured in Coldplay viral concert clip resigns. The US tech company's chief people officer, who was apparently caught
She was caught
in 4K or 1080p or whatever it was, apparently caught on big screen at the Coldplay concert, has resigned. Kristen Cabot is no longer working for Astronomer, the firm told BBC in a statement. Her departure follows Andy Byron, the former CEO, who left last week under the firm, after the firm announced he would be placed on leave and investigated. Yeah, so actually she did leave.
I'm sure she got a nice package.
She would have had to they would have both had to get a package. And also, like, at a point, as soon as they approach you, it's like, please just leave quietly. Leave quietly, because you don't want her doing up Me Too podcasts or tour, or, do you know what I mean? And also, she's going to find it hard to get another job. Yeah. So she needs to, and they're even using her name. Just Google her, it's a wrap. Like, she actually is going to find it difficult to get another job.
That's crazy. But yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow was my favorite part, because I felt like it was exceptional, like, damage control.
Yeah, it was hilarious too.
Yeah, like using her, how they did it. And I really want to know, like, how did this affect their numbers? I'm assuming it's positive, but
what do they even do?
I think it's to do with data. I think, from what I remember.
Like exploring. I don't know.
But yeah, it would be interesting to see their numbers and see if that had a positive effect.
I mean, who's going to stop using the company because of that?
They won't. But, did it bring in people who maybe didn't know about them? And, now, even how they dealt with it, people might be impressed by that. And
everyone with like their social media team must just be stressed.
I mean, they had a lot of fun, I guess, like, doing that. And people were wondering, did the CEO of, what are they called? Astronomer, like, did they already know Gwyneth? Like, was there already a connect there and blah, blah? Because it was like a quick turnaround.
That is 100% went to a PR agency. PR agency suggested it. There's no way. That is a definitely via a PA. They hired a PR agency the moment they found out about that 100%. Video, which is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they managed it well, and everyone forget about it. Everyone's already forgotten about it.
Yeah, they have.
That's necessarily what happened. All the people recreating it online. Just kiss, no notes. Yeah. Hilarious.
It's only when those individuals go for a job and they're Googled, or they start at a job because people didn't realize who it was, and then
why did you leave your last company?
Yeah, and then someone's like, wait, hold on, isn't that XYZ? I'm sure it's the person from the Coldplay video. And then it becomes a thing, like, it's going to follow you for a couple years.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
The Christmas guy. Like that guy.
Dom Sinclair?
No, No. The guy who like every year, when there's Christmas, and then the guy who was caught on the stairs with the girl.
Tom Sinclair.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah, Dominic Sinclair.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it was New Year's.
I wasn't even gonna. I number one, I didn't think that was his name, and then I wouldn't have used it because I was gonna say everyone knows his name. If you Google him, it's just there.
Yeah. That's sad. That one.
Yeah,
that one is actually really sad.
That's what it's gonna be like. Like,
I know, and the UK is so small as well. That is terrible. But that one, do you know what? It's kind of okay. Do you know why?
Nothing to do with work.
It's not only that, but I feel like it's a thing in like the urban areas of the UK. Do you know what I mean? This Coldplay CEO thing is global.
When you Google that name, because I remember I Googled him once, that is the first thing that comes up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You have to change your name.
He might have, deep hole. At least you can do that.
You have to. I think you have to.
Crazy.
What else has been happening?
A lot has been happening.
I have a small list of things. Yes, I do.
Something you prepared earlier.
Something I prepared earlier. So things that we missed talking about. Okay, this one is kind of small, but I wanted to talk about it. Rachel Reeves crying in the House of Parliament.
Do you know what? Yeah. So I don't know if some of you will know that I've started doing my social media thing again with the House of HR. And I did a video actually saying that Black people need to cry more in the office when they're in certain situations. And the next day that video came out and I was like, see?
I don't know if she got sympathy though.
I think she got a mixture.
I
think she got a mixture. But I think that's also based on what she does and who she is.
Yeah, so for context, they were debating something, I don't know, in the House of Parliament, and somebody asked Keir Starmer a question directly, like, is Rachel Reeves going to continue to be the Chancellor because there was something that messed up or whatever? And he was just stumbling over his words, and he didn't guarantee her job. And she basically was in the back behind him, but front bench, obviously, but behind him. And you can see that she had tears in her eyes. You can see that we've all been there when you're actually struggling to hold back tears. And you can't just get up and leave, I guess. And so she was there struggling to hold back tears. And yeah, like, how can you be crying? And like, do you know what I mean? We all have emotions. But imagine if you're in a high pressure meeting and your boss basically lets everybody know that you're probably going to get fired. And now you're thinking, oh my God, I'm probably going to get fired. She said it was about some personal things that were happening in the background, but it didn't trigger until he said that. So I don't know. But having a woman crying in the House of Parliament, it's just like, why did we all have to, like, it was the same thing with, what's her name? Liz Truss cried when she was doing her statement or whatever. I can't remember her name. Theresa May. She cried, and it's like, why do we have all these women like crying? Like, the men are never crying, and it must just be so hard for them to do their jobs anyway. But
the male-dominated field.
Yeah, I guess women are. Well, we're talking generic terms, probably more likely to show their emotions at least. But yeah, I was just like, I don't think I've ever seen an MP crying in the House of Parliament. Unless it was like, I don't know, maybe they're talking about a particularly, I still haven't, but the only situation I feel like it would be, no one would say anything about it is, let's say they were talking about a particularly like terrible thing that's happening in the world, like a genocide or something like that. And then they would, they were emotional about that.
Even that.
Yeah.
They don't get emotional.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I get it, but then also, like, you know where you work and who you work for. So you should also understand that that's not the place to cry. It's literally not the place, and it's not going to do you any favors.
But that's just her crying at work. Like, who hasn't cried? Have you cried at work before?
I'm not a crier. I always say this to people. I'm not a crier.
Me neither.
If I said Lola cry right now, the tears that would fall. I'm not a crier. Like, I didn't cry during labour. I didn't cry when my son was born. I didn't cry when I got proposed to. I'm not a crier. It's just not my thing.
I could cry when somebody else gets proposed to. Like, I cry. Do you cry at people's weddings?
I cried at one of my best friends, Debbie's wedding. Okay. Yeah. But in general, like, nah, I'm not a crier, so no. I get frustrated. I've been very frustrated at work where I've had to like go for a really long walk I guess that's my version of crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know people cry at work.
But I am an emotional person. But I just think if I was in that job, would I allow myself to cry in that setting? I don't know. But it's not good. But on the topic of knowing who you are and who you work for and all of that, I wanted to talk to you about this guy. What's his name? Is it Albie? Yeah, so presenter at GB News, Albie Amankona, I think that's how you say his name. He was at GB News presenting, and just for context, GB News is a very conservative channel. Yeah, I think that's where, isn't that where that woman Akuya works? Yeah, so they're very conservative. Even the black people that they have on there, you have to be very like, it's like you have to not know that you're black basically to work there. And he works on that channel, and he was acting like he doesn't know where he works. But anyway, he works on that channel, and as part of it, he ended up one day he called Suella Braverman a bigot, and he was fired. And he called her, he said she's racist and she has some very bigoted behavior. They didn't like that. He was fired. And then he basically said he was taking them to employment tribunal because other people, so there's this woman, I can't remember her name, but she's always on these like panel shows, and she had said the same thing about Diane Abbott, and she wasn't fired. And he was like, why did they just pick on me? And he thinks they picked on him because of his colour and because of whatever. And everybody was in the comments like, oh, breaking news, water is wet. Breaking news, we found a fork in the kitchen. Breaking news, fire is hot. It's like he acted like he didn't know where he worked. He went to go and work at a channel which is basically known for its super conservative views and regular, dog whistles to a lot of really discriminatory stuff, very bigoted people that they come on and talk rubbish and support. And then when it happened to him, or he was affected by it, he acted surprised. And he's still taking them to employment tribunal. So obviously it won't be ages before we find out what's happening. But everybody, there was very little sympathy given to him on both sides, basically. People that are like, yeah, probably what they did is wrong, but also you're shocked. And then other people were just like, oh, it's not that bad, blah, blah, blah.
Is he shocked though?
Yeah, he genuinely was just like, oh, the way I was treated was so like, he really believed that it would never happen to him. Like they would never do that to him.
If Gary Lineker can say what he said and they get rid of him, why would you think that small you in that big pond, nothing would happen to you?
Yeah. I don't know. Like sometimes I look at people and I'm like, are you delusional? Are they delusional? Like
a lot of employees are delusional. Let's keep it back.
Yeah, I was just like, he is actually delusional. So that I was just like, I would love to see what happens when it goes to tribunal, because he might
win.
He might win. Exactly. But for me, it was just funny that because it's like when you see people like, I don't know, black people or Asian people who join like Reform, or when you see
or when you just join the office and you see the other black person and they want to look at you act like you can't see me.
Or like women who work for or support men who are obviously very misogynistic, and they don't think it will affect them, and then one day it affects them and they're like, oh my God, I never believed this would happen to me. But why? Everything about their behavior, everything. GB News, it's actually difficult to watch. Like when it comes to stuff like LBC, like what I'll say about LBC, they have a variety of shows. Yeah, some of the shows I'll be like, oh, but then there's others that you're like, okay, that person seems to have more sense, or maybe it's a bit more balanced. But GB News is a cesspit of a TV channel.
But I think as well, when you think you have understanding of something, you feel like you have a certain level of protection from it as well. So for example, working in HR, understanding employment law, understanding probably the way managers think more than your average person, you may think as a HR person or HR professional that certain things are not going to happen to you. I think a lot of HR professionals think like that.
Yeah.
So I think
it just never crossed your mind.
It just doesn't cross your mind because
that you'll be managed.
Yeah, because you work in it, so it's not really going to happen to you, or the chances of it happening to you is low. Yeah. So I guess there's some connection in terms of thinking, I work in this cesspit, I understand this cesspit, so like me saying this, it shouldn't really be a thing, kind of thing.
But with the HR example, I feel like we're all aware that happens, right? but it's more the fact that it happens to you is the thing to be shocked about. Whereas when I was listening to him, it felt like he was shocked that they did it. Like, not even, number one, though, he was shocked that they did it full stop. And then secondarily, he was shocked that they did it to him. And so it kind of came across like he didn't know who he works for. Whereas in HR, we know that anybody can be managed out. You just don't think it'll be you. But he was like, oh my gosh, like they're being racist.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and they're being racist to me. That's what it felt like. I was like, no, like, what are you thinking? Like, I know we all have to eat and we all have to work. And if you get your first big break on GB News, maybe you're going to go. But we have to be wise and be like, they're actually using you to do the devil's work.
Yeah.
And like, maybe you need money, so you do it.
So cool. What can we say?
I feel like we should have our first case back.
Should we?
Yeah, and you know, I was telling Velisa earlier, I was just like, because we research cases before the episodes, and I was just like, obviously I'm going to continue to research cases, but Velisa's basically posting like a new case every day. So I know I could just come here. I know the research is already done. So I still have cases that I want to talk about, but I know the research is really already done.
Should we do one that I haven't actually done?
Okay, yeah, do it.
Okay. So this person won 44K and they actually the doer, like they're the person who were in trouble, but HR didn't do their job properly. So that's why.
Do I know about this case?
So I just need to find it, but basically it's to do with a guy who worked somewhere for 20 years at Heathrow, and he didn't get into any trouble during those 20 years until he decided to show an Indian employee.
Yes, I've heard about this. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can.
And also, people are just dumb. Please, guys, don't be dumb. Don't be silly. Don't do silly things. And also, just because you win at tribunal, this is the perfect example. Just because you win at tribunal doesn't mean that what you did was not wrong.
Yeah, but I think it's good that when you do go to employment tribunal that they can deduct money based on how much you were at fault because of what you done. So basically there was a security officer at Heathrow Airport and he's been awarded 44K at tribunal after he was unfairly dismissed for showing a colleague a racist video. So his name is Jose Gomez, which I just think is irony as well. He said to his co-worker, who's an Indian man, this is what your country is like. And then basically showed one of those videos. And I'm sure we've all seen them on social media of India where like, you know, when they are dealing with food and, you know, it's just not very sanitary in terms of what you're seeing. And the employee complained and said it was highly offensive and totally inappropriate and accused Jose of repeating a phrase that was derogatory towards people of Indian heritage. So he'd been there 20 years though, Jose Gomez, and he'd never been in any trouble basically. And the Indian employee submitted a formal complaint of racial discrimination against him. And Heathrow did what they probably thought was the right thing and they dismissed him. He went to disciplinary. There was 2 disciplinary hearings. And after both disciplinary hearings happened, he was dismissed with immediate effect. And basically the reason he won on unfair dismissal is because the judge said that you'd been here 20 years, you had no issues. They should have thought about it a little bit more before moving straight to dismissal. To dismissal. So yeah, and he won 44K, which to be fair, I don't think is a lot based on the length of service, but obviously his behaviour was not.
How long had he been there?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
I wonder how old he is. Because also like how hard or easy it's going to be for him to find a business, find a new job, how long he's got to go before retirement, that sort of thing.
Don't think it's.
Yeah, it'd be good to know that.
I'll see if I can find it.
But losing your job, you do one thing after 20 years is a bit mad. Depending on obviously what you've done, but it is a little bit mad.
I mean, it's unnecessary. Like, why would you do that? Or is it because you'd been there so long, like you're so comfortable?
I feel like they wanted to get rid of him. I always think stuff like that. Like I'm a bit of a skeptic. I'm like, if someone has worked for you for 20 years, they do one thing and you fire them, and the one thing, obviously it's all bad, it's very bad, but it's like, it's not like physical violence, sexual assault, sexual harassment. I mean, it's racial harassment in theory, but there's levels, isn't it? But after 20 years, I do think there's probably a little bit more. I don't think in every case, depending on what the person did, but in this case, I don't know if it actually makes sense to
dismiss
after 20 years straight away. Gross misconduct, basically. I think it's a reach.
I just see it as the company. Well, it was Heathrow. They weren't risk averse, is how I see it, because 20 years of service and moving straight to dismissal.
And I don't think that's that much money given the context. Or maybe because it was reduced.
Maybe, but I don't, like I said, I don't think it was that much either. But also, on the case, I know that in the world we have moved away from DEI and all of that stuff, but I do think that companies are still really sensitive towards it, which might be a reason why they went straight to dismissal. Especially, I don't know what the demographic of the security officers are at Heathrow. But if you have a more multicultural team or company, etc., then again, you're going to be more highly sensitive towards those things, because if other people find out that you've let one person get away with it, then, there's a knock-on effects, etc. So I also understand why they went down that route as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back, guys.
We're back. Woo!
Did I mention why I was wearing the headphones?
No, but before you say why you're wearing headphones, well, this is going to explain it, to be fair. But we received so many comments about the sound on our previous episodes, mostly Lola, because, I'm quite good at sound.
I would like to speak for myself.
There was one comment that really stuck with me, and I felt like
to talk for myself.
I felt like it was like a parent telling us off.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I actually just stopped reading them.
I'm going to read it, because this was the one that I was like, I think this is the one that I ended up texting you and saying, no, like we actually have to do better. Where is it?
So while she's looking for it, let me explain. Yeah. As you guys have known, we've been doing this podcast for quite a while. From the very beginning, we've had some challenges with the sound. You may think it's the studio or the headphones or the microphone or anything. The real issue that I have is that I don't know how to use the microphone. I'm just not very good at it. So if we had an engineer in the room, they can tell me, hey, move closer to the microphone, move away from it. But when we don't have an engineer in the room, I can't hear myself and I have no idea what I'm doing. Velisa has mastered the art of where to put the microphone. I have not. But what I have done now to rectify the situation is, until further notice, I will be showing up with these headphones, because what it does, it enables me to hear myself. So when I do something like this and then the sound drops out, I'll hear it immediately and I'll be able to course correct and fix things. So it should be better. Whereas normally, Velisa will say something and I'll be like, over there. And then I'll just completely lose my place. But I'm not going to do that anymore. This is me taking accountability and also taking the steps to develop myself. Yes, clock it. Because some of you could never, not our listeners, but the others, some of you could never. Look at me. This is me showing up, being better.
So the comment's actually been deleted.
Really?
Yeah, it's not, but I can see it in the notifications. Okay. And the person said, this is one of my favorite podcasts. It's okay to take a break, but each time coming back and making a song and dance about will be consistent now. And it's not lasting. It's playing with my emotions. You speak about next week, and this one was the last one. And it's like, it was 118 and it's been a while since we recorded. So I'm so sorry.
We are so sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I have no excuse. We never even
planned to take a break.
Yeah, we didn't plan to take a break.
You know what it is? We wanted. Something happened. There was something happened because there was a day we were supposed to record and we couldn't record. And then after that, it was just like literally we just haven't been in the country at the same time.
Yeah, we haven't.
We haven't been in this country at the same time. We haven't had diaries that syncs, but we are. We're trying. We're trying.
We are trying. Give us grace, please.
Yeah, give us grace. We give ourselves grace as well. But yeah, But I'm very happy with hopefully this has worked after when I listen back to it, but I can actually hear myself, which is what I actually need, because it's impossible for me to, over there, I would hear it straight. That's what I've been doing. It's like, now that I hear myself.
Lola just likes eye contact. She likes to have a proper conversation.
I like to be with, but now what I've been doing, rather than making eye contact with Velisa, I'm making eye contact with you guys.
Period.
We are in it together.
Yes.
If you're watching on, if you're not on audio, you see me on the camera, me, you. Locked in.
Forever.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
That's a wrap, guys. Bye.